Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 28th of November. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Perseus Mining, Whitehaven Coal, NextDC, ResMed and MoneyMe. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our best recommendations come out every Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor Report. So please make sure you're getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, I'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is in portfolio management, so if you'd like to have a broking account with me, please give me a call, and all the advice is general only. So we've got the weekly chart here of Perseus. As we could see, it's still in a long-term uptrend. If we move to the daily chart, recent price action, it's sort of a bit messy. We've had it looked like there was a consolidation here, breakout, but then it's come back into the range. Looking at the most recent low, it did undercut that low very briefly, but then it bounced above it. So, potentially that's sort of a false break there under support. And I think now it looks like it's likely to head higher from here. Whitehaven Coal, so looking at the weekly chart, there was this clear channel that we've identified before, and it broke under that in August, sort of fell away, then rallied to retest the underneath of that. If we have a look at it on the daily chart, it's come back up here and fallen away, but we could see that it's consolidating low volumes, not falling away too sharply anymore. So it does look like it's getting itself ready for another move higher. Essentially you've got this sort of resistance line here near $7. So I think if it can turn around and punch above $7, that's the the next buy signal. NextDC, so one we've looked at earlier where it had an obvious resistance level near $14, broke above that, rallied nicely for a short period of time. Now it's potentially it's sort of rolling over here. We've got it looks like it's trying to hold on to some sort of support in the mid-15s, so it bounces off that well enough, but it is making these lower highs. So if we have a look at sort of the flick to the daily, we could see that it's every time it tries to rally, it is encountering quite a bit of selling. So I think it's just one of those things that if it sort of falls under these bottoms here, you've got a bit of a sell signal there. ResMed, so if we have a look at we'll just sort of zoom out. Obviously it's been trending well since end of last year. There was sort of a period here of quite high volatility where it sort of exhausted itself, got dumped, but managed to get back into the uptrend. Still making the higher highs and higher lows now, which is a positive. If we have a look at the weekly chart, you've got the old high near $40. So I just think that it'll get close to that level, and then you'll get the next sort of proper consolidation again. Maybe it heads sideways for a while, or maybe it dips back, we don't know. So you just have to continue looking at these higher lows. So that would be this most recent low would be your, I guess, trailing stop, but for the time being it looks like it wants to head higher. Okay, finally MoneyMe. If we start with the weekly chart, sort of longer term, we could see that we had that peak 2021, massive decline, and now it just looks like it's forming a base heading sideways there. Actually, if we have a look at the daily chart at that base, it does seem like we've got resistance up near sort of 15 cents, sort of bounced off, hit that a couple of times. So I think for something like this, you just have to wait for it to clear 15 cents if you're looking for a trade. Just let it break out of the base. shorter term, it does look like there's sort of support at 10 cents. So I think if you're in it, to sell under 10 and break above 15 is possibly a buy signal. Okay, well that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and we'll try to cover it next Thursday.